Acropolis Comic Corners. My name's Chance. This is Mac, aka Darth Bacon. This is Tony. Today we're going to talk about Uncanny X-Men. We're going to talk about the Silver Surfer. We're going to talk about Spider-Man Deadpool. First thing we're going to start off with is Spider-Man Deadpool. I personally haven't gotten to read it yet, so what's going on with the Spider-Man Deadpool?
It's awesome.
Is it?
Well, yeah, it really is.
It's a really good snapshot of Deadpool's character.
Yeah.
Like the Deadpool ongoing series that's on right now, I think they're on issue 6, doesn't really give you a sense of who Deadpool is and how funny his character is and the semantics that he goes through. But this one definitely does that. I think in the first page of it, he's dangling with Spider-Man, threatening to get a boner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell him, you move this way, hey, you're going to get a little surprise in your pocket, pal. So it's really good.
If you keep wiggling, I'm going to unsheath my katana.
That's kind of interesting because Spider-Man is, he likes to make jokes himself, but he also has a time to get serious. It doesn't ever seem like he jokes until he's fighting the bad guy and then he makes his little smart.
You actually see a lot of that in this issue too, where Spider-Man hates Deadpool. He's not laughing, he's not enjoying himself, even though Deadpool's making jokes at his expense, but he hates him.
Well, yeah, because he has a totally different demeanor. He has a totally different, way of going about things. He knows that Deadpool's just about the money. You know what I mean? That's probably why he really, really hates him.
Yeah.
Gets annoying really fast,
Yeah, he's always pissing him off at every turn. And like you said, he's always trying to get him, look, there's no time for that. We need to get serious. No, it's never serious with Deadpool. He's always on that joking side. That's the way he is.
There's actually a really good glimpse into the complexity of this character in this one too. And I don't want to give too much of the story away, but you kind of see how him joking around and stuff is actually manipulating Spider-Man.
Yeah. He's
not doing it just to piss him off. There's a reason behind it, even if it is hilarious.
Oh yeah. In particular, their fight with Hydro Man, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, they fight Hydro Man?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
that
awesome.
Yeah, spoiler.
Oh, that's all right. That's what
I actually posted one of those panels on Instagram too. He's covered in shit and feces.
Yeah, so what do you guys think of the movie that's coming out? When is it coming out?
February 12th.
February 12th? Okay.
Yes. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for this.
I liked how they casted Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool. I was like, man, that's right on. That's perfect. I know he was in Wolverine Origins, and I seen him there, and I was like, okay, yeah, that was pretty good choice. But the movie, I seen that one clip where he had the Australian hat on, and he's talking about Australia.
Happy Australia Day.
Yeah, Happy Australia Day. That was hilarious. So
one thing that's really cool about the movie coming out is that it's going to be rated R. It's an adult superhero film, and we've been praying for this for years. And there's actually been kids on Facebook and Twitter trying to petition saying that it should be PG-13 so they can see it.
Ew.
If anyone has ever read Deadpool's comic, it is not for children.
Yeah, right. It wouldn't do it justice to give it a PG-13 because it wouldn't stick with the comics at all. You couldn't tone down the movie and keep the comic the way it is. You couldn't do that.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
Look at the X-Men Origins movie, the reception of Deadpool, which Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson is the best pick, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's perfect for the role. He flopped in that movie. Everybody hated him because they literally took his mouth away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he couldn't be Deadpool.
And yeah, and Ryan Reynolds is a funny guy. I mean, a lot of the movies I've watched with him and is like Waiting.
Yeah.
That's a hilarious movie. I love that movie. But yeah, so and what you were talking about with it being rated R, if you look on Deadpool's comics, I believe it says Teen Plus, and if it says Teen Plus, for I guess the parents out there or whatever, just to anybody who doesn't really know, if it's Teen Plus, that basically means it's rated R.
Yeah.
And teen is more like PG-13, and then it goes on down. So that's. If your parents out there and you're letting your kids read Deadpool comics, but you won't let them see a rated R movie, you're kind of,
It's counterintuitive.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be doing that, guys.
So,
So if you're setting or trying to get a petition signed so that they would make the movie PG-13, I just feel like it'll ruin the movie.
Yeah,
It
for
won't
sure.
make it
Yeah,
good.
it will.
For sure. For sure.
Let us have our stuff, children.
Yeah.
That's right. You got yours, we need ours.
Yeah, well, you know, and to the parents too, it's like, you know, give me a break. You know, you guys are worried about what they're watching. I mean, do you really monitor what they're watching every day? I doubt it, because, I mean, look at the TV shows that are out there, and just like I said, you know, you can flip on HBO, bam, rated R movie,
Yeah.
and you're not policing the TV all the time. We're getting off the topic. Next comic I want to talk about is Uncanny X-Men. That is a pretty sweet comic. Now, from what I understand, all these different X-Men titles, they're all different X-Men teams. Is that right?
Yeah.
So what's up with the Uncanny X-Men?
The only title right now that kind of follows the essence of X-Men is the Uncanny X-Men title. But it takes a drastic departure from the traditional Uncanny X-Men.
Who's on the team?
Magneto is actually leading it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sabretooth.
Yeah. Psylocke.
So, yeah.
Archangel.
Yeah.
But
The Archangel,
Yeah.
not Angel.
Yeah,
Right.
Archangel.
The one
and
that
there's some
Apocalypse.
complexity between it in his character also. You guys need to read it to figure that one out. I feel like there's one more though. Who else is in it? I think they're all on the cover here. Yeah, that chick. I don't know who she is.
They address her, and Sabretooth addresses her as frail, which absolutely gets on her last nerve. It strikes a chord with her for some reason, and they're yet to let you in on that. So,
So the basic of the basis of the Uncanny X-Men is that they are here to protect mutant kind. You know, there's only a couple of hundred of them left, and if something bad happens to them, they come in to help them.
So the House of M storyline still is continuing on through
Absolutely.
this. Okay.
Then you get into the other titles like Extraordinary X-Men and All New X-Men. Those are fractured teams, so they're all still basically the people who are mutants from the Xavier Institute, but they're out more for themselves than mutant kind in general. Like Extraordinary X-Men, they're stuck in limbo. Is it limbo?
I believe so.
Yeah, where they move the Xavier Institute there to protect the mutants, right? So they're trying to recruit people and tell them that this safe haven exists. And then the all-new X-Men is the original team,
Yeah.
brought to the future from the past. If you guys have read from last year's all-new X-Men, this one kind of takes off right at the end of that, with the calamity that whatever Scott Summers did, I still don't know what it is, but I guess he pissed off a lot of people. And it's kind of them living in Scott Summers' shadow. Really cool stuff going on in the X-Men universe.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
The artistry too in Extraordinary X-Men, like the art style is great.
Is Storm the leader
Yeah,
in the Extraordinary X-Men?
Yeah.
That's good. Because back in the 80s, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but like the Mohawk Storm that you see, okay, well, Storm lost her powers back in the 80s, but I believe Chris Claremont was writing for the X-Men and the Uncanny X-Men. And she was the leader, and she lost her powers. And they were trying to almost basically keep it a secret so nobody knew that Storm didn't have her powers while she's out there fighting, because she was, you know, she's a powerful character. She's like one of the baddest characters out there in my opinion. You know, like my top 3 female baddest characters, if they're not the baddest characters, male or female, is Storm, Invisible Woman, and Jean Grey. Like they are the baddest out there.
Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force, or just Jean Grey in
Just
general?
Jean Grey in general, just because she has the psychic ability and her telekinesis is just off the charts.
So if
Yeah,
you
right.
guys watched our character versus character debate last week, I think this is going to lead into another one. Jean Grey is not that cool.
Why you say that?
Because she can just move shit with her mind.
Well, why is that not cool?
That's cool, but compared with like Invisible Woman, who can blow people up with a force field, or literally do anything with a force field.
Now, Jean Grey's telekinesis, from what I understand, is so strong that it's pretty much on par with the Hulk.
No.
She could definitely
In
probably-
bursts, it's not sustainable. She can't hold it and like maintain that force for indefinitely.
but she can take people apart by the molecule.
No, that's the Phoenix. Now, if we're talking about the Phoenix, that's a completely different story because she needs to be on everybody's top 10.
Yeah.
But just specifically Jean Grey, I don't like her.
But yeah, in my opinion, those are probably three of the baddest characters out there. Like, you take any one of them off, and it's just bad news,
Yeah.
man. It's just
Yeah.
they have like this ultimate dark side, Like Jean Grey she's a mutant, of course, but she didn't really develop her powers until there was a car accident and her friend got hurt in it, and that's how she actually developed her powers. Was through that, and it was because something dark had happened to her, and then all of a sudden this amazing power come out. And Sue Storm, her force field ability is basically unearthly. She can just
Literally
she
do
can,
anything.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
can literally do anything. She can definitely, like, if the Hulk were to throw a punch at her, I always revert back to the Hulk because he's basically the strongest character in the Marvel universe as far as brute strength goes. And she can take it. But if you ever notice with Sue Storm, is what I think is interesting is if it becomes too much for her, and they kind of showed this in the old movies too, she'll start to get a nosebleed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That always happens to her. She always starts to get a nosebleed, and that's how you know it's starting to become too much for her to handle, but it's got to be something. Namor's always trying to hook up with her, and like even he knows, okay, I can only go so far, and then I just better back off because
Yeah.
this chick will annihilate me. And then Storm is just, obviously you can control the weather. She could take on Thor. Like, her and Thor is just an excellent fight, in my opinion.
Dude, I don't know. I think Storm might be stronger than Thor. Like,
You know,
brute strength, yeah, but controlling the elements, he's
Yeah.
only got thunder and lightning.
Yeah, exactly, and,
You know?
and I'll agree with you there. It's like I would probably almost give it to Storm just
Yeah.
because she's just off the charts. But you take her somewhere where there's no atmosphere, she's done. Obviously she's only her powers are only good as long as she's on Earth, pretty much.
And outside. Like, there's been a couple of issues of X-Men where she's been underground and can't really do much.
Right. Yeah. So, and the next one I want to talk about is the Silver Surfer, the reboot of Silver Surfer. He's one of my favorite characters. I read it. Dan Slott is the guy who writes the story. It was a pretty good story. It was a little weird. I like Silver Surfer, but what I don't like about Silver Surfer in this is he has that girl with him all the time. And it seems to limit him, and it seems to make him like worry about her as opposed to just being the Silver Surfer. But in the end, the story was pretty cool. They were taken, this alien race came, and it also kind of like makes me think about Secret Wars, even though it's all done. Like, because that was my question is like, okay, when did this timeline of issue 1 take place? Because this alien race shows up, they start taking all of the, I guess, culture from the Earth,
Oh yeah.
and they recorded it. So, and Silver Surfer thought, oh, they're trying to steal it, we got to go stop them. They weren't trying to steal it. They were more or less recording it because there was some type of event that's to come.
Yeah.
And and then I cannot remember the girl's name for the life of me. It's on the tip of my tongue. But the one that's with him, she was into Wizard of Oz and all that, and then she comes back to Earth, and like her family has this Halloween, Christmas, birthday party all wrapped in one, and they're watching Wizard of Oz because they do it every year. And then when they had got on the alien ship, when they had started stealing all the culture, all those aliens started becoming like Sherlock Holmes, all the characters from Wizard of Oz, all that, and they were recording it because there was supposed to be something that's going to happen to Earth.
Yeah.
And that kind of made me think about Secret Wars. So it's like, okay, is this before the incursion started happening? Is that when the timeline of this is happening? Or is there going to be something else that's going to happen to Earth, and this is after Secret Wars? And if they do that, that's just going to be weird, because the last days of Silver Surfer, which was, I believe, 13 through 15, or 13 through 16, before this re-release, had the girl with them and everything, and they, like I said, escaped reality. I talked about that in the previous show. So that made me think, and then at the end, the Thing showed up.
I was just about to say, there's that pivotal point where he comes in.
Yeah.
Like you said, now, where does that take place?
Yeah.
So, we know what happened in the Secret Wars to him. So, how is this possible if he was basically killed?
Yeah.
How's he showing up in this universe now?
Right,
Is
exactly.
it before? Is it alternate? What is it?
It probably had something to do with Reed Richards and Secret Wars 9 when he was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just thought it was interesting that Thing was by himself, and then he crash lands on that planet, and he's all like, "Oh, thank you for the blessing," and all that
Yeah.
other stuff, you know. And so he's actually kind of by himself now. He doesn't have the Fantastic Four. I thought that was kind of interesting. So he'll be in the next issue of Silver Surfer. I don't know, and he looked huge. He looked
Yeah.
like massive. I don't know if you've seen the cover in the back or not, but like he was like all wrapped around a building, and
Yeah.
Silver Surfer was like that big to him, you know.
Isn't
was
he?
cool.
Isn't he part of the Guardians of the Galaxy right now?
He's it's actually he is. He's a yep. He's right here. He's right here on the Guardians of the Galaxy. So yeah, okay, that's probably where they're getting him from. But is that the same thing? Because I thought they had another thing when they were doing Guardians of Nowhere, or was it Guardians of Infinity?
Yeah, I think it might have been Guardians. Well, either way.
Secret Wars. Yeah, there's so much stuff.
Just wait for Tony Stark to show up so Silver Surfer can get his ass kicked.
But yeah,
Silver Surfer armor.
it wasn't like the typical old school Silver Surfer stuff that I'm used to
Yeah.
reading, where he always, you know, like encounters Terrax or he encounters Thanos or Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah.
You know, all that.
He was a
stuff.
little more in touch with the human side.
Yeah.
I think that was because of the character that he's traveling with. I think she kind of keeps him grounded a little bit,
Yeah.
more in humanity.
Yeah.
Balances.
Yeah, right. Kind of keeps his cosmic knowledge, I guess. I don't know. I'm just off here, but keeps that in check. Keeps him more grounded, like I said. So.
One neat thing I read about it just the other day, I was reading about Silver Surfer in his bio. He actually doesn't contain the entire power cosmic.
No.
It's only a small portion of it that Galactus gave to him.
Yeah, which he gives to all his heralds.
Yeah. So how much of it? How do you quantify that? How powerful is he then? And how much more powerful is Galactus?
I don't know. I
Wow.
couldn't tell you that. That's a good question. And secondly is how does Galactus even harness the power or the cosmic cube? You know what I mean? Or the
Yeah.
power cosmic. How does he even, you know? And who else does?
Well,
You know what I mean?
actually, if you guys read issue 1 of the Ultimates, they do explain Galactus's origins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was an incubator,
Okay.
and I don't want to give too much away, but they pretty much imbued this individual with the power cosmic.
I see.
Oh wow.
There's a hell of a lot more to it than that, but
Right. Another thing I noticed, and I noticed this when I was reading The Last Days of Silver Surfer 2, is he can what they call silver down, to where he becomes a human. You know what I mean? He takes more on a human type
Really?
figure. Yeah, you know, because it shows it in Silver Surfer 1 when, you know, they showed up at her house.
That's right. Yeah, for the party, and
Yeah.
they sit down and watch the movie.
And they
That's
asked,
okay.
Yeah, and they asked him to silver down. Now, back in the day when I read Silver Surfer, I don't ever remember him silvering down. He was always the Silver Surfer,
Yeah.
and that was it. You know what I mean? So that was something that I thought was kind of different, kind of interesting. So does that mean what happens to the board? Because when he's silvered down, the board is gone. And from what I understood, the board is his own entity as well. The board has a connection with him, and it has its own mind.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that's something, I don't know if a lot of you guys who read Silver Surfer know that, but yeah, the board has its own mind, it has its own connection with him. So, like, if he's in danger, the board knows he's in danger and will come and rescue him, you know, and get him out
Oh.
of there. Yeah, for sure.
Little symbiotic relationship there.
Yeah.
well, maybe we're just thinking too much into it. It was just floating above the house,
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah, that could
hanging
be.
out in the bathroom.
So is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
How excited I am for Old Man Logan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
I cannot wait for that to come out.
Yeah, if you guys, because have you read the original graphic novel?
Yes,
The original
yeah, it
series
was
of Old Man Logan?
amazing.
That was just
Yeah.
totally awesome. I just like how he was just not. It was like he just gave up everything like that was him, and he was like, "Oh, you know, I'm just gonna kind of bow down to these Hulks in a way, just so I can have my family and live my
He
life."
gives up everything. He does a complete 180 to his character.
Yeah.
He becomes very, I don't want to say whiny, but he's not aggressive at all.
Yeah.
He'll,
Or docile.
yeah, docile. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
that's
yeah.
a good word. Yeah.
Yeah. Until the end of it.
Yeah. He just rips the shit out of everything.
But yeah, I'm very excited about that one coming out.
Yeah.
You're also getting in couple of graphic novels this week, right?
Yeah, I'm getting in a Civil War Prelude, the New Warriors Civil War Prelude. I'm excited about that. That kind of talks about the original Civil War, you know, that from about 10 years ago. So yeah, we're going to start slowly getting in these Civil War graphic novels because I'm trying to gear up for the new Civil War that's coming out, which I have no idea what they're going to do in
Yeah,
that
I don't
one.
know.
I mean, that's how can you follow up on that? You know what I mean? That's what I want to
Yeah,
know. Is like,
especially with all the changes the characters have made for the past couple of years. Like Steve Rogers is an old man now.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Stark is more like Robert Downey Jr.'s character than
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
the typical Tony Stark.
You know, and that's funny too because when you read Civil War, or if you read anything that's prior to Robert Downey Jr. becoming Iron Man, if you read anything Iron Man that's prior to that, the dialogue is not is different. Like
It's
he's
not
still
as quippy. It's not
Yeah,
as
right.
like, you know,
Yeah.
he doesn't
fun. It's more like I'm right and you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's one thing I noticed is like, oh my gosh, like every time I open up and read an Iron Man comic now, it's like it's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Dialogue.
Which is not bad.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I think it's good. I think it actually added to the character. It made the character
Yeah.
better. But yeah, Old Man Logan is coming out next week, which I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for that because he's not only an extraordinary X-Men, right? He's also
Yep.
he's a member in that. So it's like they've totally done away with I guess the classic Wolverine that we all knew, and now it's just Old
Yes.
Man Logan.
And what's her name? X-23.
X-23.
She's taken on the mantle of Wolverine and new X-Men.
Which is in itself a great title too.
Yeah, and she's got the all new, all different Wolverine title,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
That's
It really
good.
is.
You guys
Very
like that?
awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the next issue. Man.
It's kind of like a readaptation of her origin. You
Yeah.
know, like with new characters and new plots, but some of the elements are very similar. Very, very good stuff.
See, what's cool about Old Man Logan being in the Extraordinary X-Men is he's like 50 years ahead because he actually came back from the
Yeah,
future,
yeah.
and now he's in modern days because of the Secret Wars incursion and
Yeah,
everything that
yeah.
happened. So it's like you're getting this much wiser Wolverine on the team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's not so headstrong and gung ho.
Yeah, that's
Which
cool.
another person that's on the team is Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
The Jean Grey from the all new X-Men from the 2015 titles is part of the Extraordinary X-Men.
Okay.
And she's a young girl, and you get to see that really cool dynamic like from the 90s where Wolverine was in love with Jean Grey and there was that love triangle. Now it's more of like a father figure.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
changed. huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool.
That's cool.
I really enjoyed the Extraordinary X-Men titles. That's my favorite one out of the new ones.
So Wolverine's
By far.
probably just sitting there thinking, man, if I was just 20 years younger. Yeah. That's probably
Not necessarily, because he actually deals with a lot of the. He killed the X-Men in the Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
So he's constantly dealing with that. Like, I don't want to join the new X-Men team because I'm gonna end up killing him.
Yeah. Well, Emma Frost kind of did that to him, though, didn't she?
No, it was Mysterio.
Oh, Mysterio.
Yeah.
That's right. Mysterio.
Played a trick on him.
That's right. Well, now that's a bad guy to have as a new arch enemy for Mysterio.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the wrong guy to piss off. So, and he did it. There's no taking it back. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
No.
All right. Well, I'm Chance. That's Mac, aka Darth Bacon. This is Tony. Come next week. We will have Old Man Logan. That'll be released, and I can't think of any other super awesome titles. Oh, one thing I did actually want to mention before we take off is Deadpool 7 is coming out in February, and that's like the 25th anniversary issue of
Oh, that's
Deadpool.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because he came out in '91.
Yes.
So I'm excited for that. It's supposed to be like a double-sized issue or
Yeah.
something. So
We'll probably have a whole video about that.
yeah, so definitely show up for that too in February. But next week is Old Man Logan on Wednesday. Be here at Acropolis. It's gonna go fast. I ordered a lot of issues. I hope I ordered enough. See you guys next week.
Bye.
See ya.